Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this lovely box. Now firstly I need to apologise because unfortunately I've caught a cold off my son, so I do sound a little bit bunged up and I may have to stop and just wipe my nose and stuff in a moment, so I do apologise. Thankfully I've not got a nasty cough or anything like that, so I'm hopefully not going to have a coughing fit. But I am sort of quite dry and bunged up, so I do apologise. So I'm going to bring you this lovely box. I mentioned last week that, or it might have been this week, my brain's fuzzy at the minute so I can't remember, that I hadn't used Quilted Christmas and it was something that I really needed to do. So I decided as I was making my plans for my projects and my tutorials that I would use the Quilted Christmas, and I thought, yes, I'll make a Quilted Christmas box. Now, as you know, the Quilted Christmas DSP comes in 6x6, so my theory was to use the DSP to make the box, and obviously it would be quite a small box. And I will be totally honest with you, I only just filmed this yesterday, and I was just going to fetch some washing in and it suddenly dawned on me that I have these bags of roses that I actually bought for another project, for the actual sweets inside to come out and go in another project, and I thought, well, why don't I just make a box to put these in? I'm not bragging or showing off, I'm just wanting to say that sometimes inspiration just comes from nowhere, just at the strangest time, and either write it down or if you can go and act on it there and then, because I am actually really pleased with this box. I love the way it's turned out. I wasn't sure on this paper, obviously I was thinking maybe I needed to cut these trees out and do a card, but then obviously that's what's in the catalogue, and if I just quickly grab mine and show you, and I know that it's just on the second page, just like this. This is just what I had the idea of doing, and I thought, well, no, because it's in the catalogue and I need to think of something that I've done. And as I say, this paper was something that I wasn't mad keen on, and to be honest, this is the one I'm going to use on the project I make with you. But I wasn't mad keen on this either, but I actually think that it looks fabulous on here. It's a nice bright present, and yes, it is still traditional with the reds and greens, but then we've got lemon lime twist in here, and I just think it's fabulous. And it's simply just got the little finger notches in the side there, and as I said, it is a snug fit, and that's generally because I'm not excellent at making these sorts of boxes. But just a little pack of roses in there. Now these are actually on offer in my local co-op at the moment for £1 for the bag, which I think is fabulous. My grandma always used to, I don't think she has done for the last year or two, but my grandma generally bought me a box of Frere Rocher every year for Christmas, and I loved them, but I knew what they were. Every year I got this oblong box that, you know, the sizes, and I just thought, yep, my Frere Rocher, thanks grandma. You know, they are lovely and I really do enjoy eating them all, but I just thought it's nice to be able to disguise a gift, because if you wrap that up, you're going to know, aren't you, straight away, whereas if you give someone a box, yes, you can hear something, but you're not sure, and I just think that's great. Anyway, I've waffled on for far too long. Let's get making. So, excuse me. So I'm going to use garden green this time. Now, sadly, you do need to use 12x12 sheets to create the box size that I've made. However, I have gone with real red in the previous one, and this is garden green, both of which are in the Brights and Regals Best. So the 12x12 packs that you buy have 3 of the best colours in there that Stampin Up deemed to be the best. Real red and garden green are in them, so that's fabulous. So like I said, you need 2 sheets of cardstock, and these are 9 inches by 9 inches. Now obviously one's going to be the top and one's going to be the bottom. They're both the same, so it's irrelevant. So we'll do the base first, and you simply score at 2 inches on all 4 sides, and that's it. Very simple, very easy to make. And I like simple and easy boxes, and obviously the nice thing about this is that you can decorate it however you like, with whatever colours you like. Obviously we have the old olive at the moment, and we also have the Merry Little Christmas DSP, which again would make a fabulous box and a slightly different coloured way, which is nice. So this is my base, and I've scored at 2 inches on all 4 sides. So this is my lid, and as you know, this is one of the pieces that I cut off, and I'm just going to use it as a shim to the side, and again score at 2 inches on all 4 sides. And obviously if you've seen projects before where people have used shims, generally Pootle's Papercraft Sam will show you how to use them with a shim, and it's simply a way of using the shim as the same thickness as your base. The card thickness is the same, so when you come to slide your lid on, it's going to be just that thickness of the cardstock bigger to enable it to fit on. I hope I've explained that well enough for you. So excuse me, I'm going to have to blow my nose. I have a sneeze on its way. I do apologise. I was hoping that I could get through all of this before my nose ran, but unfortunately not. Okay, so as you know, fold and burnish all of your score lines, and just remember which one that you have as your lid. So I'm putting that over to the side now, and I'm going to work on my base. So again, let's fold and burnish all of those score lines, and then with your scissors you just need to cut your tabs. Now it doesn't matter which way round you do this, like I said, this is the base, so you can either cut them this way or you can cut them that way on. It really doesn't matter. They both generally will work the same way, so just do whichever you feel more comfortable with doing. So just trim those edges off there, and then just some little wedges off the sides here. I can't believe I got this cold. I hate having colds, and I've not had one for years and years now. So I was not impressed with my son when he came home the other day with this cold. I knew I was going to get it. So with your base, flip it over, and I'm just using my fuse here just to put on all 4 corners. Oops, that's going to get that all sticky now, look. Just roll that over. There we go. And just tuck that in. And then obviously we just make our box up. Oops. Just fold in all of your sides, lining them up. And there's your base. So we'll get our bag of chocolates, and this is a 90-gram bag of chocolates here, and I think you can even get like Whisper chunks and Kit Kat chunks, and you know, the general large size sharing bags that you could get to that are the same size, and as you can see they just fit in beautifully. So I'll just pop that to one side and bring in the lid. Sorry, nose needs a wipe again. It's ridiculous, isn't it? How are you supposed to do a video when you've got a runny nose? I don't know. Right, so exactly the same principle with the lid. So we just cut our tabs and wedges out of all 4, and then obviously we need to then stick our layers on, our panels on, before we adhere these together. And my panels, the one that will fit in the centre of the lid, will measure 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, but I don't do centimetres unless I'm working on cards. I don't know why. I can only work with inches on 3D projects and centimetres on cards. It baffles me myself, but that's just it. So as I said, so I've chosen this pattern this time, and as I said, this is 3/4 of an inch, sorry, 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Losing my mind. I blame the cold. Can I use that excuse forever and just say that it's left me with not much common sense? Probably not. Okay, so My 4 panels here then are 4 3/4 by 1 3/4, and obviously you just stick them on. Now if your paper has a direction, and I'll just grab this original one to show you. So for example, this doesn't particularly have a direction because it does go different ways, but I liked this tree to look the correct way, so obviously I wanted to make sure that they go the right way. This one obviously doesn't matter, you just stick it on your sides, but obviously if you have a pattern, make sure it's facing the right way for when you seal your box up, otherwise it will be upside down. And likewise when you're actually cutting the paper as well, because you don't want to have it all crazy. Well, you might want to have it all crazy, who knows. Okay, so that's those bits done. So now I just need to adhere it. And same again, just put in my fuse on all of my tabs. And if you've watched my videos before, you will know that when I make my lid boxes like this, because I'm not super confident that just gluing it together and it will fit, I bring my base back in, I slip the base in as it would be, I fold these bits down as they should be, hold them at the side here so that they are pushed flush up, and then I push the lid down. And that's it. And your box fits. So you need to do a bit of shaking because it is a snug fit, as I said. And then with your 1-inch circle punch, you need to punch your thumb holes on either side. Again, if you have a pattern on the front, like mine, that was, again, it was irrelevant really, but I quite liked it because I knew that was going in the centre, so this needed to be the right way, although that one was. But obviously just make sure that if you have got a pattern that's facing you and tops here and bottoms there, that you put it on the sides. And the best way I do this, if I can just shimmy my pad up slightly, is obviously my box is, excuse me, 5 inches. So what I generally do is line it up on the edge. In fact, let me move this up so you can see. So I line this up with 5 inches that way, and then I look for where the pattern is at 2.5 inches, and it's just around here. So that's where I'm going to pop my hole punch. And as you can see, I've not even gone halfway. It's just enough to get your thumb tips in. And so I do put this straight. And so I do the same on this side. So 2.5 is around this mark here. So I just pop this in. And there you have it, your 2 thumb holes. So let's put the lid back on. Oops. And like I said, I think this one's probably slightly snugger than the others. Oh, there we go. That's it. It's because I'd got this end dipped down quite deep. Right, so there's my box. My notches are at the side, so I just need to decorate. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you can either use these beautiful stitch felt embellishments, and you get a star, a tree and the holly leaf. And don't make the mistake I did of thinking, well, that stitching's not been finished off very well, because that's the underside. The top side is the pretty side. So you could use those. Obviously we have the stamp set. We also have the framelits. And you can sort of play and decide with whatever you want. We also have the beautiful, where is it? Quilted Christmas ribbon, which again is really pretty because it has got those traditional colours in it. So when I did my first box, I was playing about and I actually did make a ribbon, a bow out of the ribbon, because I thought that looked quite nice, but then I thought actually that will look nice on this one. So I'm going to stick with my bow, and then I made a tag that again I thought actually this will work really well with this one. I'm going to redo this just so that you can see how easy it is to make, although I didn't get any of my Whisper White out. Have I got a scrap piece handy? Is that big enough? No. Right. I'm going to have to grab one of mine off the shelf. Yes, I know, it's horrific. I'm using a whole sheet of Whisper White just for this. So let's cut, because I'm not going to be able to get all of that through the big shot anyway. So simply using this really pretty one here, and I actually used my E-block for this just because it's bigger, and then I grabbed my real red to stamp on that bit. Give that a quick clean because I want to use the block again. Put that one away, and then you have the two patterns here. So you've got lemon lime, twist and garden green, and you've got these two panels here, and you can just simply colour them whichever way you like, and you just need to line them up, obviously opposites, which I'm not doing very well, am I? Inside your red lines, and then that's not very clever, is it? And then do an alternate on the other side. That one really isn't very good. I think I'm going to stick with the one I did before. And then the stripy one, I'll obviously use, oh my goodness, I have no energy either then. That's gone as well now. And then I use lemon lime twist just to do the others. Yeah, this is really not very good at all, but you get the idea. So let's get this lot out of the way. And then obviously with your framelets, I just simply die cut that one out, but obviously we have this one where you can add over the top and it will actually put the stitching marks in, which again I think is lovely. Little holly leaves, a needle and a cotton. So you can do anything with that really. I'm not using that, that's horrific, that can go in the bin. So back to my original. So I'm going to pop this one on, and I think I'm just going to use, where's my piercer, there it is. I'm just going to use a glue dot to adhere this bit, and I'm just going to sort of loop it on there, and then I'm going to add a couple of glue dots onto the back, no actually one should be enough, onto my ribbon, which I'm going to pop there. And I think just to add a little bit of something else to it, I'm going to pop a Christmas tree in the corner, because I actually think that would look quite cute. And I actually found that the best way to adhere these is with your Tombow, with your multi-purpose glue. I've tried glue dots and everything else, and for some reason they just don't want to stay stuck. So I just absolutely smother it in Tombow. The only thing is obviously you need to leave it to dry for a little while. Top, bottom, bottom. And I just stuck that one on, and that's exactly how I did with these ones. I just stuck some Tombow behind where the berries are and stuck it on. And there you have it, a cute, easy to make box for a simple bag of chocolates that you could give to anyone, or you can keep them and eat them yourself, especially if they're on offer like mine were. I hope you've enjoyed my project today, guys. I really do apologise that I've been sniffling and snuffling. Hopefully my next video I will be a little bit better and not sounding so snuffly. Hope you have a great weekend, guys, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!